ICS CXP concept rifle. So this is the box. It has two pretty nice graphics of the gun. Gives a little information about the gun. Obviously it's made by ICS. And on the inside of the gun, it's primarily molded plastic, as you can see. I don't know, I don't think it does very well in protecting the gun, but it had no problems from the UPS on the way here. So I don't know, it does the job. So now on to the gun itself. So in the box, out of the box, you won't get the barrel extension, silencer, EOTech replica, or foregrip. So overall, it's a really short gun straight out of the box. It has a 200mm inner barrel, which is stock. But the reason I put the silencer and barrel extension on is so I can run a 407mm 6.03 Mad Bull Black Python barrel. It greatly improves the accuracy over what was already a gun that was really accurate for its size. Then going back from the silencer, you have the rails. The actual handguard is made out of metal, but the rails are plastic. I mean, I don't really see the plastic being a problem because it's sturdy plastic. And there's not very much rail space, but there's just enough to mount a flashlight, laser, PEC box. And there's actually a PEC box included, which was just to store the battery. But I don't know, it took a custom battery, which didn't make sense to me, so I just went and bought a smaller battery that would fit in the handguard. The actual battery I have is a Tenergy 7.4 volt 1000 mAh, so I have two of them. It works well. It doesn't give a great rate of fire, which kind of disappointed me. Right above the handguard and the rail system, you have a rail that isn't really typical to an M4. This rail system is just mounted on top of a standard M4 rail system. So it acts kind of as a riser, and it also elongates the rail system with the iron sights. So I really like it because I can look down my EOTech replica or my iron sights with any kind of mask on. So it makes it really easy and it's really helpful. Then you have this full metal M4 body. It's pretty hefty. I don't know. I'd prefer it to be a little lighter, but you know, I get used to it. It's just a standard M4 body with a 9 ambidextrous mag release or fire selector. And then right behind that you have the stock, which is actually really unique. I haven't seen any other M4 like it. It's a skeleton stock, which keeps the weight down. And it's a lot more comfortable than you'd expect it to be, and it's not very wobbly. And the sling, there's a 1-point sling mount right here. I don't know if you can see that. It's really nice. I like it. And the buffer tube is actually made out of a really thick, durable polymer. So it's not, like, I was kind of afraid to put my cheek on it, see if it's not exactly like a cheek rest, but it works fine. Doesn't get cold as metal or anything. So one of the things I really like about this gun is the split gearbox. It makes it really easy to upgrade the gun.
Go.
Okay, so here's how you get to the split gearbox. I just take some like needle nose pliers, poke out this rear receiver pin, pull it out the other side. Then you just split it open, but always make sure you do decompress the spring, which I forgot to tell you about. You just push this button, and it helps the durability of your gun. So here's the upper gearbox, which contains the compression parts like the piston, piston head, cylinder head, and stuff. You see right there. Then here's the lower gearbox, and actually when you push this button, it releases the anti-reversal latch, so the gears can spin freely. I don't know if you can see that. And here's the trigger contacts and everything. I have it pretty greased up. I re-shimmed it and all that good stuff. So this makes it really easy to diagnose a problem within your gun. And then here's the hop-up unit and barrel. This is the stock barrel that comes with it, not my upgraded type bore. Inside the hop-up unit, I have a Sistema bucking and an Angel Custom H-hop nub. Currently using the black one that comes in the package because that just worked better for this particular gun. We're gonna have to crop this shit out. Okay, so now that we showed you that, I'm gonna show you like this upper gearbox is already, I upgraded it myself with an upgrade package that I got with the gun. So it included like just better compression parts. So I'm gonna show you some of the original ones that I have. So here's the original shell. It's the same exact thing, really. It's no difference at all. Here's the original cylinder. As you can see, it's brass and it's not as polished, but it has the same porting and everything. So like the polished cylinder helps keep a better air seal and it's a smoother surface. Here's the stock cylinder head. The one I have now is all metal. This one's just a polycarb, and my metal one has 2 O-rings to ensure for better compression. And I don't know, this one worked okay in the gun, but I just figured if I have upgrade parts, why not do it? Tappet plate, it's the same thing. So it's not really, it's kind of flexible, which is good. Right here is the upgraded upper gearbox. I have the stock piston. Downgraded the spring to an M115 so I can make sure I'd get into fields easier. I have the stock tappet plate, polished cylinder. This air nozzle doesn't have a O-ring, which I don't really like, but I haven't had any compression problems, so I don't plan on replacing it until I do have problems. And the gun comes stock with a metal ball bearing spring guide, which is really good for durability. So, and the piston head is actually like a mushroom shape, so it's supposed to help silence it and to help in compression because it matches perfectly with the cylinder head. So just to force all the air out through the hop-up unit. So now just to put it back in, just slide it in there real good. Put the pin back in. That's basic field stripping of the gun, really. So here's a quick player's perspective of the gun. I like it when it works. I don't know. Hasn't worked very much for me. But I've never heard of anything like this happening to another ICS M4. So I think it either could be based on my error or I just have bad luck. I mean, when it works, this thing rips. It leaves a little left to be desired for on the rate of fire side. But I do mostly semi-automatic, so I can just take more accurate shots. And it seems like it's just, with the accuracy I have with this gun when I upgraded it, just helps a lot. I don't know. I just feel like going spraying all the time isn't really show any skill at all. So, I don't know. I like the gun. It's pretty hefty for a little gun. And I like the fact that I can go from indoor to outdoor really easily just by switching out a spring in the upper gearbox, which takes 5 minutes. And I could throw in my longer barrel for outdoor.
Hey YouTube, this is Jake and Toby from Team AOS, and I would just like to give a quick shout out to my friend Nathan down at Everyday Nerds. Just go check his channel out. I'll leave a link in the description below. Just subscribe to him and stuff, and tell him Toby sent you. All right, that's all I ask for. All right.